Alright, God bless you guys out there. Today is March 21st. Welcome to spring. Welcome to Team Michael's House of Faith. Our goal is to build a trustworthy foundation in the Lord Jesus our God, helping each other fight the conscience mind, as well as taking on other people's burdens by being supportive and comforting in one another. The Lord is our author. We are non-professional. This is for educational purposes and not therapy. Team Michael's House of Faith does not associate with money. It is supported by the Lord Jesus our God, and no contributions are necessary. Seek wisdom from above. Hebrews 8:10. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord. For all shall know me, from least to greatest. James 1:5. But if anyone among you is in need of the wisdom, let him petition God, who gives abundantly to all without reproach, and it shall be given him. Matthew 7:7 and 8. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and whosoever seeks finds, and anyone who knocks it will be open. So, knocking on heaven's door is by praying. By praying, you seek wisdom, understanding, and knowledge about whatever question you have, and then you look for it because God will show you in the open. You ask in secret, you pray in secret, and God will reward you in the open with it, whatever it might be that you ask of. Okay, so today's topic is communion narcissists. We'll show you how to look for one. And the point of this is Ephesians 5:11, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. In other words, make them known. Show their works that they're doing for people can be alerted by it. And so that's what we're looking at here today. Okay, so the communal narcissists. They make a show of being generous or helpful to gain admiration. They often insert themselves into situations to help, expecting high praise and recognition. They believe their moral code or way of helping is superior to others. Warning signs in their behavior: frequently sharing, caring, their charitable contributions on social media or in conversations. They lack empathy. While they appear caring, their empathy is often conditional or performative. So they put on that mask and they perform and, hey, okay, I care, but actually they're seeing right through you. They're like, how am I going to get inside that man's head? How am I going to twist this around on him? Drama generation. Creating conflicts. They like to create situations to get the attention out of it. They'll start your house on fire, and they'll go in and save you so they can be on TV and say, look, I'm the superhero. Very, I think that all narcissists are very dangerous people. And that's what the Bible talks about here, is how evil they are, you know. Let's go to Proverbs 6, was it 19, I think? No, 16 through 19. These 6 things does the Lord hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deceives wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in the running into mischief, a false witness that speaks lies, and him that sows discord among brethren. So, one that kind of stands out there, that their mind creates mischief. And that's what you'll see in artistic people. They're always into their fantasy land, and they're going to convince you what they believe in their head is true, and they're going to try to simulate it and make it happen. And that's some of the things we see going on, because once they get millions, billions, and trillions of dollars to spend, well, now they can make their little movie into reality. And that's what we really got going on out there. So we'll look at the communion narcissist, and we'll take a little gander here at Phil, Dr. Phil, and he has a couple of good points to point out about him. So we'll start off with Dr. Phil here. And this should be pretty brief. So.
Their number one credo in life is get them before they get you. That's how they think about it. The world's out to get them, and so they're going to go on the attack and get the world before the world gets them. So that means they're always in attack mode. What I want you to think about is if you have really identified, it's not just that you're super sensitized to this, but you have really identified someone as a malignant narcissist. You've seen them exploit people. You've seen them exploit you. You've seen them come to you and brag about how they manipulated and jerked somebody else around. So you know they're not ashamed of it. You know they take pride in it. You've seen them gaslight people, or you've seen them gaslight you.
Okay. And that's what we're going to get to. They take pride in it. And that's what the Bible tells us. Excuse me. 1 John 2:16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. So that pride, and there's other scriptures too here that talk about the pride and stuff like that. So, which fits into the wickedness of all things. So that's something you want to be aware of. So let's go back here to Dr. Phil, and we got another little skit here to do. If I figure it out, 32:25. Oops, passed it. Oops, close enough.
One of the 4 types of narcissism to spend time with, what would you choose? I would probably choose the communal narcissist, because as irritating as they can be, they're probably, in my opinion, the least dangerous of the 4. But remember, all 4 types have the same characteristics, the need for attention, constant validation, blah, 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 blah. All the things I've gone through before. I'm not going to make you sit through them again. You're really getting good at this. You don't need me to keep repeating myself. But the communal narcissist is the one that makes us debate whether or not there is any true altruism in the world. Altruism being when you do something just for the sake of someone else. Nothing in it for you, you just do it for the sake of someone else. They're the absolute antithesis of that. They only do something for other people to draw attention to themselves. They're the ones, I call these the gala narcissist. They're the ones that will throw a $10,000 gala to raise $100. Now, they do this because they want their picture in the paper. They want to talk about the fact of all of the do-gooding they're doing. They want to wear that on the sleeve and beat the drum and beat you over the head with it and show you how much better than you they are.
Oh, okay, that's enough for Dr. Phil for now. Actually, keep going with that. He keeps talking about it and stuff, but we'll get into the next video here, and I'll let you see what it is. They like to exploit themselves, so we'll help exploit them, and We'll show you what it is. Couple things here. They got to do the job for you. They'll tell you how you're doing it wrong. They will not do it if they do not get attention or praise for it. They have to exploit. They like to dominate, control, change, and dictate. Those are the main things you want to look at. And like I pointed out before in my video, I don't remember which one it was, like probably 3 or 4 back. Narcissists are paranoid, they fear, and they have anxiety. So if there's a charity, they're in charity doing something charity, and someone says, "Here, sign this for this," they will not put their name down. They will not want to be tracked. They're paranoid. They fear people are going to track them. They're going to be tracked. I even watch videos, and you can go on YouTube or whatever, Rumble or whatever, and look up videos where people actually make faces, masks of other people. So when they go out and that's a lot of things too, they'll cover their face. So when they go out, these cameras don't expose them to who they really are because they don't want the cameras tracking them because they're paranoid. And you'll see that in this video. And there's some other stuff I'll point out in this video too here as we go. And this we'll watch like maybe a minute of this.
Very high. The need to stay safe, something Jake Hockey says he knows well as he uses an alias for his protection.
It's dangerous. These people, when you confront them, they feel like their world is crumbling, right? They feel like their world has just got turned upside down and you don't know what they're going to do.
Jake and his partner, making up what they call the Pred Task Force, have done their own stings across Michigan, some in Grand Traverse County.
We will put a decoy online who is underage, and the photos will clearly be underage. We start to lean into a meet, and then when we meet these people, they think they're going to meet the decoy, and when they meet them, they meet us. And what I do is I try to befriend them, build a rapport with them, get them to admit to not only what we've talked about, but anything in their past.
Okay, a couple of things to point out is, one, they got all these tattoos on his hands and on his neck. Now, I ain't saying nothing wrong with tattoos or anything. The blue eyes, he has blue eyes. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with blue eyes. That's a European thing. Europeans, that's where the blue eyes come from. But that right there shows me, because I know the British, they love tattoos. They love to mark their bodies up completely huge. I remember in 2021 when they first came over here, I went to Target, and I went inside Target, and I thought, holy cow, all these women walking around, their whole bodies are tattooed. They got tattoos up their arms and on their necks and everything. I'm like, holy cow, these are the Hells Angels. Where are the bikes? I missed the bikes out in the parking lot. But they really love the tattoos, so it's kind of like a marking to identify them. Now, the thing is that I wonder if he be British or if he's actually Canadian. Because the thing about the Canadians is they're huge in hockey. So he's trying to disguise himself with these Red Wing shirts and Red Wing hats. And he got Jake Hockey is his name or whatever. And because he won't put down his real name, he wants to exploit himself and show his face. But he doesn't want to put his name down on anything so you can track him and look him up and see what he's doing. Now, the thing I want to point out is it makes me wonder how they're able to take pictures of underage kids. They're displaying pictures, and they're taking these pictures, and now they're putting them on whatever he's putting them on some kind of channel or whatever. So he's taking pictures and exploiting these pictures for somebody else to look at, and then when they look at them, it's all wrong. But it's okay for him to take them and put them on there. But if somebody else looks at them, they're wrong. That kind of, I don't know. It really makes me wonder. And one thing you want to watch out for is, wonder how much AI is being influenced on these things here. Like, they can use your name, or not your name. They can use your voice, and your voice will. Oh, that's just stupid. The voice is. They can react to anything you're doing with your voice. They can do that with a video too. I can make it look like you robbed a bank and you held people at gunpoint at a bank. I mean, how wrong is that? So that's something you got to watch out for. Are they actually just spying on people, watching where they go, and then they get a video and they use their voice or whatever. Now they make it look like they're reenacting, and they're using AI to do it. And then they know that they're going to that store, so they'll just confront them in the store and make it look like they busted them or something. How much is this real? Is it real? How much is it fake? How much is they lying? And that's what the British, they really believe, that the Americans are the bad people. You have like the Epstein's files. They've been doing this for years, making videos on YouTube and stuff that American people sell their children, sex trafficking. That's what the Americans do. They're sex trafficking, which is kind of funny. If we're sex trafficking, we're raising our kids. Ooh, we can't wait till we sell our kids off. Who we selling them to? It got to be the rich people that can afford them. Where are they at? What country are they in that buying these people? So obviously the other countries are just as guilty as we are if we're doing it. But they don't think that far ahead. They just lock it on, well, you're the bad person. And they look straight at you, well, you did it. No, it's a pure lie. No, it's not. And they'll manipulate until they get their way, because they got to be the ones over you. They can't be the ones under saying, oh, I was wrong, I'm sorry. You won't get that out of them. You can watch Dr. Phil and all the others and learn about it and how they gaslight and exploit and lie about things. So I thought I'd point that out, make a video of that. I'm still working on the video. The next one I'll do, which will be what we can do biblically. We'll get into biblical scriptures and stuff. How we look at things. Because it's really hard to point somebody out if they're really narcissists. Because most people have narcissistic traits. Like somebody like me, I had ADHD and I was an alcoholic with some narcissistic traits. How would you know the difference? And that's what you really got to look into and know, the different things and how to diagnose them. And mainly when you get into it, you would see they don't have empathy. They can't put their self in your shoes and realize, what it feels like when they're doing something to you. If you did something bad to somebody, oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I did that. They don't feel that way. They don't realize how it hurts. So there's different ways to look at it and really expose and figure out if they're, because it's not having narcissistic traits, it's actually being diagnosed in PD, a narcissistic personality disorder. And you'll see that's what the British have, because that's the way they're raised. And that's the way rich people are raised. They got to be superior above everybody. They're better than everybody. They're all, we call them snobs, rich snobs. They're uptight with stuff. They got that level of pride. They're better than everybody else, And that's what the Bible warns us about. And that's what we got to expose, because we're being attacked by them. And we need to defend ourselves. And we'll get more into that maybe next week. Do it on, maybe I'll just do Saturday shows or something. Maybe I'll do some stuff in between. But God bless you guys out there. I hope you stay safe. Watch over each other. Pray for one another. Help each other out. And I'd advise actually start growing some food. If you can grow any kind of food, grow your food. If you don't know how to grow food, do it. It's not that hard. Don't be intimidated. If the plant dies on you, it dies on you. It's not a big deal. So, but down the line here, you're going to need the food. Prices are going to escalate up, further and further. Because if you look what they're doing, they went and they got their oil supply. They got Ukraine, they got Venezuela, Greenland, and all these rich people. They can pump all their oil out. You see, and they'll take it out of these places for themselves to run AI data centers because they need that oil to run it, their generators and stuff. And now they'll destroy your oil fields where you get your oil from to raise your cost up. Well, this is a couple of things. I mean, they can throw all their money into stock and then cause this war and make the stock go up. Now they just profit off all that purposely, getting profit off of it, but they ain't going to do it just for that. They're going to do it to spike you too, to hurt you and make you more poor than what you already are. And they want to get gas skyrocketing so they can force you into their electrical vehicles, which is pretty horrible. And because once electricity comes in demand, now that your price of electricity is going to go up, and they can't allow electricity go way up and still have gas way down here, so they got to put gas way up, and then let electricity go up level with the gas prices and everything. That way you're pickled. So it's all pre-planned. It's been pre-planned by the rich people. They've been doing this for years, getting set up for this, and you know, we got to start looking at things, how to fight things back, and try to do something before it hits home here in Michigan. So you see all these other states, they're getting hit hard, so we got to come up with something. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. I pray for you. Love one another. Keep the peace out there until next time. Thanks for tuning in to T. Michael's House of Faith. God bless all of you, my brothers and sisters.